Governors, it's good to be with you again. This time to get your views on the governance structure at Rutgers University. With your experience as governors, serving on boards of universities, and of course Governor Kean as president of Drew University, I'd like to get your views on the structure and why it was set up the way it is currently at Rutgers.
Well, New Jersey was very late getting into the game of higher education. We used to send all our kids to New York or Pennsylvania, and that's what we did. We decided we needed a state university. We were too cheap to build one. So there was a private school called Rutgers that was in financial trouble, and the state took it over and made it the state university. But as part of the governing documents, it superimposed for the state its board, but then said, we'll keep the old Board of Trustees. So it's historic, and they kept the Board of Trustees, and they kept the Board of Governors, and that's how it got to be.
Is this a good idea, do you think, Governor Byrne?
There has never been a suggestion that there's a political aspect to the Rutgers governance, not only the board, the governance. And although in my day I did a couple of things that Sonny Werblin disapproved of, like making them hire an in-house counsel, there has never been a suggestion that Rutgers is run politically.
Well, you know, I was going to ask you that if in your administrations there was ever a time when you were governor that the structure was thought to be unwieldy in how it carried out its role.
It's always been unwieldy. This is the only university, I think, in the entire country that's got this kind of a convoluted governing structure. And it'll be a lot better for this president, as it would have been a lot better for previous presidents, if you deal and are responsible to one single board. I think you can do it and still preserve the entity Rutgers.
Well, what would be involved in the restructure? What would have to take place, and would it survive a challenge?
The way to do it is an agreement, some sort of an agreement that takes the best parts of the Board of Trustees and preserves it, but combines it in another way with the Board of Governors. So you've got the things which Rutgers, the old Rutgers alumni like, which is the appointments to the Board of Governors. You have all of that, and you keep all of that, but you combine it. So the president only has to deal with one board, and the trustees only have one group, and the faculty only has one group, and the students have to worry about one group, because it's crazy any other way. I mean, you can't imagine what I've had to do with. I had a problem dealing with my Board of Trustees when I was university president. I would have gone nuts if I had to deal with two of them.
So you can sympathize. Well, there is an effort underway for a blue ribbon panel to look at the whole situation of governance, and is that a good idea?
Blue ribbon panels are always a good idea.
I like the way you say that. Now, how should it be effective? What should the charge be for the panel? How should it be set up?
The charge ought to be, is there a problem for which we need a solution? And I don't think there is a problem for which we need a solution.
With a $2.2 billion budget, no problem.
I mean, he thinks there is, but so we'll look at it.
That's always a good way in New Jersey, isn't it, governors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think looking at it's a good idea, but put people on it so you get a compromise that people can accept. You can't. Who's on the panel is very, very important. You can't put people on it who people at Rutgers or Senator Sweeney or whoever isn't going to have confidence in. You've got to put people that all sides are going to have confidence in, so then you get the kind of decision that can be adopted by the state legislature and that the university says that's a good solution, and that President Barchi can work with. So it's if you do this by blue ribbon panel, it's very important that you put the right kind of people on it that people have confidence in.
So the time may have come for change.
Oh yeah, the university is changing right now, and it's changing dramatically. So now's the right time to look at it.
Governor Byrne?
I'm for that.
Governor Byrne, Governor Kean, thank you very much for sharing your perspectives.
Thank you.